Hey guys, come with us on a random trip to Barger's Farm. So, a couple days before Halloween, I knew we needed pumpkins, and I had been looking all over the place around at the different grocery stores in our area, and I could not find pumpkins anywhere. When we did see them, they were either too big, just way too big for the kids to use for a pumpkin carving contest. So my husband was like, "Oh, let's go to the farm." So that's what we did. We went to the farm. They ended up having some massive sized pumpkins. So while we were there, we just was like, "Oh, let's go check out the petting farm where you can just go down here, the kids could see the animals." And so that's what we did. Here you see they had bunnies down there, they had goats, we seen pigs, we seen donkeys. So here we are at the entrance. I'm reading the sign, and we're standing here like, do we supposed to go in right here? We see the goats, and we reading the signs, and we coming across signs that say don't let any of the animals out no matter what the goat says. And I'm like, huh? What in the world? Because I've been to plenty of petting zoos. We've taken the kids, but I've never been to one that's this open. I absolutely enjoyed everything about it. It was good because you can just go in with the animals. You get your coins, you get the feed, and you can feed the animals. It was just different. Right now, you kind of looking up in the sky because I was trying to get in the gate, and the goat was like, ma'am, no. So from that point on, I was a little nervous, and I was like, okay, wait a minute, because I ain't never had this experience. So now my husband's walking up to the gate, and he's like sizing up the situation to see how he gonna get us in here, because at this point I'm scared. And I'm like, listen, I'm not going first. I was trying to go first at first, but then after the goat kind of pushed his head on me, I was like, yeah, I'm not going in front of this goat, because this goat clearly do not want me in here. Now, I'm used to going to the pet farms that have an attendant or something. It was no attendance. You able to just go in because they have a lot of signage up, and it tells you exactly what you're supposed to do while you're here visiting with the animals. And that was nice because it was a weekday. It wasn't many people there. So, we all got comfortable. The girls, she going over. You see here, the goat is like standing and watching. I have picked up while we were there that this goat knows what the sound of this machine is. When you go to put your coin in there, the goats was coming right there like, hold up. I put coins in there not even knowing what was what. Put the coins in, and before I could even open it up to get the feed in my hand, the goat done took all of the feed out before I even could get the feed in my hand to even feed it to them or give to the kids to feed to them. They knew what was up over here. They was staying right here. You see, the goat was not playing, baby. The goat was right there. He knew what was going on. We didn't know what was going on, but he sure did. And his buddy that's over there on the other side. They was not playing with us. They would not let us get that food out. So we had to get slick and smart. When we went back to get more feed, we realized, okay, so this is what we need to do. One person gotta be at one of the machines, and the other person gotta be at the other one, making them think we getting it out this side, but really somebody behind my husband getting it out. And I'm telling you, it was a trip. It was a nice random trip, but I'm telling you, they had me nervous because I was like, it's no way. It's no way we just walk in here like this. But we managed, and the kids were able to all get feed and feed the goats. They enjoyed themselves. We enjoyed it. So here I am now feeding it. I was able to get some out. The kids were still unsure, but then everybody started opening their hands for their dad to give them some feed to be able to feed to the goats. So it was nice. It was a nice random trip. And this is just at the entrance right here. We still haven't made it all the way inside the farm. We are just at the entrance, and it was like two or three goats right here around us on this side when you first come in. So the kids are continuing to feed the goats before we actually enter into the farm all the way. have entered and we are in their zone, their area, and we standing here trying to figure out where we're going to next, which way we're headed. And as you can see, all of the animals are out, and we are just kind of, look at the donkey, he is so cute. We are just kind of standing around and trying to figure out which way we're going to head into their space. And as we walk in, the little piglet started to follow along and just walk alongside of us as we walk in. And the kids were also tickled from seeing him just walking around. So here you see us walking up and just kind of looking around, taking note, is absorbing everything. And then we came up onto these guys, and they was just chilling. I mean, they were chilling so hard. The one, he never even got up. He was just laying there in his zone, chilling. It was nice to see them. It was like a really nice day, a calm day, just a spontaneous trip to the farm to search for pumpkins. And we ended up going to the petting zoo and just seeing the animals and feeding the animals. It was nice. This is my first time experiencing a petting farm like this, and it was really cool. So right here we came up on these sheep, baby. The way them sheep was looking, I wasn't going nowhere near them. You hear me? They looked like they was not to be messed with. I know they were probably fine, of course, because they're here on the petting farm and they would not have them there. But the way they was looking, I was like, yep, it's a no for me. Let's continue on this way, because I was not chancing it. I just was like, no, let's keep it moving. So we continue to walk around. As you can see the little water area in the middle. That was cool. It was nice. Like I said, it was a nice day. As you can see, you don't see many people because it was just us there. Again, this trip was so random and spontaneous. We were looking for pumpkins. That's how we even got here. But it worked out because my husband was able to get away from his desk for a few minutes, and we all went as a family. So it was cool. The shade, the weather was nice. Everything was pretty nice. So it was a perfect day for it. So as you can see, we've come up to another area where the animals are enclosed over here. And we just standing around. We seen this little piglet. This the same one that's been running around. And we was watching them, and it was like they was having conversation. They were like saying something back and forth to each other. We thought that was cute. We all looked and we all were laughing like, oh my God, look at them. They talking. What are they talking about? You could tell that that's what was going on. They were just going along, with little tails just a waggling. So they were saying something, and it was cool. This place was really cool. It was calm. I mean, the animals just out here. You just out there with them, all up in their area, in their zone. It was cool. This was really nice. I have not had an experience like this one when going to the farms, but we are in an area where it's farms all over the place. Farms here, farms there. They are everywhere here where we live. So, everybody do things differently. It was nice. As you can see, all our kids kind of just standing around. We're looking and watching, and we're going to continue up and go around the enclosure so that we can get more food and go around on the other side. So here we are again, giving the kids quarters so they can go to the machine, because they had so much fun feeding them when we first came in. They wanted to get some more feed to feed the goats and feed the animals. So this was hilarious because he was watching them. He like, I don't know who y'all think y'all dealing with. I been here, y'all new here. Y'all call yourself trying to trick me. So that's what they doing. They trying to trick the goat to thinking somebody's getting food on one side while the other person get the food. Because if you turn that thing while the goat is right there, baby, trust me, you was not going to get no feed out of there. That goat was not having it. At the same time, the rabbits were coming up. They were so cute. You couldn't feed the rabbits, but they were cute to just look at and watch. Now, this right here, I found hilarious. You see the goat looking from my daughter to my husband, from my daughter to my husband. When he was giving her the quarters, the goat was looking like, oh, yeah, I know what that means. Let me go on over here because they about to get some more food out this machine.
Hey, guys, this is bunnies. They really cute. So, you know, they're cute.
Oh, look, wait. Wait. You got it all? Oh. No. Did you get it out? We got a bunch of quarters. Brian had emptied out his wallet. Look.
Baby, you want some?
You want some? Okay. No, you can't. Okay, you want to pour it? Yep.
Buddy!
Oh, look at it, Benjamin. That was good.
Look at it! Oh!
Look.
This little buddy is the cutest. Who gonna look at him? I know, he's so cute. He looks so soft.
So baby boy had the camera here. He's going looking at the bunnies all that's inside this enclosure here. And the other kids are over on the other side finishing up feeding. And we're going to be heading out around to the other side so we can go check those animals out. As you can see, this one goat, he never, when I say never, he stayed around that machine because he knew exactly what he wanted. Every time anybody went over there, this goat was like, I know where I need to be. And I know exactly where to stay at. They were trying to trick this goat so the goat could wait till we get the food out to feed it. But the goat said, listen, as soon as I hear this machine go clink, 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 I'm going to get it out before y'all even can put it in your hand to feed it to me, baby. This goat knew what was good, okay? We had seen this go up here and we kept saying, where is he? How he gonna get food? So then as we looked closer, it was a sign that said, please feed me up here. And it had like a little thing that holds the food, like a little pocket, so you could put food in it and then kind of spin the wheel to send the food up to the goat. So then my one daughter went over there to put food in it to start wheeling it up to feed that goat that was up top. That was cool. It was like, oh my goodness, we forgot one. And he was looking down at us and we were like, oh my God, is he going to jump down? Not even knowing and realizing that you had this little wheel thing that she's wheeling, she's turning like a steering wheel. she's turning it and it's sending the food up to the goat that's up top. We was really tickled by that because we hadn't seen it before or even noticed it. But once the goat was up there, it made us pay attention and feed that goat as well, because we were just feeding the goats that was right at our, level of our legs and stuff. We didn't see that goat up there. One daughter's feeding this goat and the other daughter's going over here to feed the other goat. These girls, I was kind of surprised. I wasn't sure how they would be, but they did really good. They all wanted to get in on it. Even Benjamin, he's the baby boy, and he got in on feeding the animals, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Now we're heading out. We're washing hands because they had a hand washing station with soap and water, so everybody was able to wash their hands. And then we kind of walked around on the other side to see these animals kind of up close that we didn't get to see. They're inside an enclosure, so we kind of walking around here and just looking at all these animals and checking them out. As you can see, they coming over because they like, come on, come over here, get some of this food right here out this machine and feed us. They know exactly what's going on. They are hanging around the feed machine because they are not crazy. They know where the good stuff is at. You hear me? They know exactly where the good stuff is at. So the kids are kind of drying their hands, shaking their hands at this point, trying to dry their hands because it wasn't any paper towels, but that was cool. We were outside, and they know the routine. Like, if you don't have paper towels, just shake them hands until they dry. At this point, after looking at the animals, my kids spotted swings, and of course, they were not going to pass the opportunity up to go get on them a swing because they absolutely love swings. I kind of hung back a little bit, just still looking at the animals and watching them. My kids love swings, okay? I don't know a kid that don't like a swing or playground, but these kids here, they went down there and right away and sat down and started swinging. It's always nice to have stuff like this for kids. You know how they are when they out in the elements. They want to check out a swinging playground. They is not going to pass it up. Even being at the farm, they say, yep, if it swings, we going. And you see these ostriches here, and I was like just amazed watching them, looking at, just looking at them and checking them out. And you see how the one is just tentatively looking, like, what you looking at? You looking at me and I'm looking at you too. Kids on the swings, doing their thing before we head out and head over to the farm market so that we could pick these pumpkins out. So here we are up the road a little further. We rode out from the farm and the petting zoo, and we went to their market, and everybody is picking out their pumpkins. All of the kids are just looking around, checking them out, trying to find the perfect pumpkin for them to come home and carve for their pumpkin carving contest. They had all the pumpkins, all the right sizes that we needed. It was just so perfect, but it was like, had I known to just come here, wasn't thinking about it. But at the end of the day, the spontaneous trip to the farm was an absolute blast. Everybody enjoyed it. The kids talked about it. We laughed and talked about it for the rest of the evening. But here they are. They're all grabbing the pumpkins. They looking at them. They looking them over. They checking them out. But at the end, everybody picked out a pumpkin and came home and did their carving. We had a nice day out as a family. It was absolutely fun. It was a good day. It wasn't cold. It wasn't hot. It was just like the perfect day for it. It wasn't a big crowd, which I absolutely love. I don't always like to be all in the mix of the crowds. So seeing all these pumpkins, everyone was excited to be checking out and picking out the one that they wanted, not pumpkins that I purchased and brought home. So that was cool. This farm has some of everything. And I absolutely love coming up here and just picking out their fruits and vegetables. It's always good. They always got good stuff here. So I want to just say thank you guys for watching and joining us on our trip to the farm.